So today we're going to be interviewing Rico Arce. So what's up, Rico?
What's up, Abel? What's up, guys? Pleasure to be here.
I believe you got started making videos around 2022. Could you tell us more about it? What inspired you to make videos in the first place?
I guess I just didn't want to follow the traditional route. I was in high school. I was a senior in high school. It was my senior year, and I was gonna pursue the healthcare industry, like being a doctor or a cardiologist or stuff like that. Just because I was in a HSA, which is the Health Science Academy in my high school, and I was pretty interested in dissecting. I was very fascinated with the heart as well, because your heart beats every single minute. So that was something I was really gonna pursue, and I could have if I wanted to, but I was like, nah. So I started searching up on YouTube, just stuff to do. I came across something called affiliate marketing. I was like, yeah, it's exactly what I want to do, because me, I like talking, I like being on camera. I'm like more of a salesman. If I wasn't doing this, I would have been pursuing a real estate agent. And who knows, maybe I'll do that in the future. But right now, it's just continue pursuing this consecration. I got started because I wanted something else to do, occupy my time, and I saw it like as a little hobby, because I didn't even think I could make money off it.
That's great, dude. So, what are your platforms like? What is something you'll tell somebody motivational wise to some kid? Because I always see your comments about the younger generation wanting to get involved, and you're inspiring them. So, what are some words you would tell them?
Just to motivate them.
Have them keep moving forward.
Keep moving forward. I mean, the best thing that you could do is just be a nice person. I believe in karmic retribution, no matter what your religious beliefs are. I do believe karma is real. If you're nice to someone, it's gonna come back to you. And you're not. And I guess you could do it in a selfish way, but you're just supposed to do that in general, because, let's say there's a person walking, hold the door open for them. Say excuse me when you're gonna walk past someone, even if they're a little far away. I believe that's what helped me, I guess, be successful, because the best quotes I've heard, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And I feel like that's totally true. It opens so many opportunities. I'm sure Abel could tell you certain instances where he's got opportunities that he may not have gotten if he didn't know that specific person. For example, he's wearing some pants that he got because he knows the people. They gave him a good deal. So it's not what you know, it's who you know. So be nice with everybody, and motivational wise, just keep going, just keep trying. There's a saying that I've tried, or if I've failed more times than you've tried. Simple as that.
I totally agree with you. I mean, I always wanted to get involved with politics-wise, and I was scared at first, so I started going, attending public meetings, started getting invited to meetings, private meetings, and I got to meet with the former vice president, secretaries of state, senators, and representatives. I even got out to go to Washington and meet with our state representative. What got you involved with golf-wise? Because I know you like to play golf, and you're pretty good at golf.
I joined golf because I got injured in football. So me, I always want to put my mind to something. I want to do extra stuff. One thing about me is I don't want to have that feeling of being average. So I would always try to preoccupy my time. That's why I started consecration, because I wasn't really doing much and I wanted to just do more. I got pretty good grades, A's, B's, and a few C's, but I was never failing. I was never a bad kid. And football, I couldn't really do it. I hurt a little bone in the ball of my foot, so I couldn't run. But I still wanted to do something. I wanted to preoccupy my time, and it was during COVID of 2021. I was like, you know what? Let me join golf. And I heard of golf because I had the coach. He was my former freshman English teacher. He told me my freshman year, he was like, hey, Rico, come play golf. And I was like, oh, yeah, I used to play baseball and used to go to the golf range just to hit just golf balls as far as I can. And freshman year, I was like, nah, I did hurdles and track instead. But sophomore year, I was like, I can't run. Might as well just try it out. So I gave it a try. First, I was pretty bad. I had a crazy slice, shooting 60s, and it went down to 50s, and it went down to 40s. Now it's trying to lock in that 30s, just continue hitting those 30s. So I just wanted to put my mind to something, just prove to myself that I could do it and become the best. And I mean, I did.
And there was only 3 of you, right, in your sophomore season?
Yeah, there's 2 other people besides me, so yeah, 3 total. My sophomore season, and then I was like, you know what, let me try to get some of my buddies. I got some of my football buddies into it, and then senior year I got even more people into it. So it was just pretty cool. I got to bring people. And speaking of the chess club, that's what I did with the chess club. That's how I won the chess club presidency, because I brought people. I brought football players. I brought people, the normal people. I don't want to be mean, but normally it's just more nerds, quote unquote. I guess I'm a nerd, but I was like, nah, let me bring not the regular kids, but the kids that probably wouldn't be attracted to the chess club. So I did that, and that's how I won the presidency for chess club.
And I totally agree with you. I mean, I probably ran 4 or 5 clubs at one point. So in that case, I'm a super nerd. But For me, it was people I knew. I mean, I know a lot of people. I got really big recognition when I was over there, and I probably knew 40 to 50 people. And for my elections, I probably won by 30 votes. So the candidate besides me had 20 votes. I had 50 votes, and I feel like it was a crazy election. So I feel like knowing people really goes a long way, and especially for business-wise, if you need somebody to help with the tax and accounting, and if you know somebody who's good at it, they could probably hook you up and help you out with that. Business-wise too, just in general. I mean, I'm good at some stuff, but there's people that are better at other stuff, and they could help you out if you're really good friends with them. That's why I believe what Rico said about karma. I mean, a lot of people, if you're good to them, they're good to you. And if they remember you, that means you made a difference in their life, whether it was positive or negative. And I always felt like by giving hope to others, your own life would gain greater purpose and prosperity. And I've always stuck with that quote for my whole life, and it's been amazing what life could do for you if you're good at people. So, besides that, what would you have to say to somebody starting making content-wise? Because a lot of people believe that making content's pretty easy. So, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, like I said, if it was easy, everybody would do it. If it's easy to get rich, everybody would do it. If it's easy to enter politics, everybody would do it. The thing is, there's competition everywhere. And I know sometimes like my mind's like, oh, there's just competition, this and that. But you can't let those thoughts overwhelm you. You can't let those thoughts overtake you. And you just have to keep pushing forward, because if you're scared of competition, you're never going to succeed. You're going to be, I guess, a normal person, be a normal life. Nothing wrong with that. But if you're like scared of that competition, you're afraid of it, then there's no reason to even try to pursue things, because in a consecration game, everybody's trying to get that one person's attention, that's one viewer's attention, that one person's like, that one person's comment, that one person's share. So if you can't get these people's attention like within the first few seconds, then it's just telling you straight up. And reality is the best teacher. So if you're creating content and you're not getting views, trust me, if you're creating good content, you'd be getting the views. That's something that's just, I know it sucks to hear, you probably didn't want to hear that, but that's just the hard truth. Reality is a hard teacher. So if you want to get the views, you got to make better content. You got to look at, okay, what are the top people doing? Okay, let me try to replicate that, but add my own spin onto it. That's what I did at first, but nobody was really like me. I in my niche that I started out in, nobody was really like me. I started showing my face, I started speaking to the camera. I have this energy that I bring to the camera, and people felt it and it resonated with me, and now I blew up. Almost 200,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah, and I saw a lot of that too. I mean, a lot of people I knew you, and some of them really didn't like you, but I feel like they were jealous because they actually didn't want to do it. They were stuck in a safe zone where they didn't want to break the bubble and see the world more out there. And I feel like that's a lot of reason why a lot of people hated on you. Yeah.
Even like some of my friends, my teammates, they'd be like, oh, look at Rico making his little TikToks. And honestly, I'd hear it, I'd just move on. I wouldn't care. I'd continue filming. I cut it out. I remember hearing it in the video. I was like, damn. Cut it out. Moved on. Post that video. Got like 1 million views. So who's making silly TikToks? Because TikTok's paying me. YouTube's paying me. I'm getting paid to do consecration. So if you're just going to constantly if hate never comes from above, that's one thing that I learned. And if you're just going to hate on someone, there's no way you're going to be able to succeed. Because if you're hating on someone, it's just like that negative energy. You're putting them on a pedestal. I never really hated nobody. Yeah, I'd be like, oh, how come they could do that and I can't? But I would use that as motivation, as fuel. I would never hate them, push them down. I'd just be like, bro, if they could do it, why can't I?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I mean, myself included, I have had a lot of hate. I mean, I've got probably 15 death threats within the year alone. I mean, it's crazy because of my political standpoints. I do help out with a lot of politicians, and it's kind of crazy and overwhelming at sometimes to get death threats. But you know what? How I see it, and I believe how you would see it too, is by people leaving negative comments and people just being haters in general. That's how you know you've made it somewhere so far in life. I mean, if they have nothing else to do than to leave a comment, then hey, at least they wasted their energy on you. I mean, more for the algorithm, right?
Any publicity is good publicity. So if it's negative or positive, it doesn't matter because you're getting your name out there. Yeah, you want more of the positive, but people that are have that negativity towards you, they're gonna be more consistent. They're gonna have more of a drive to try to hate on you. So they're gonna comment on your video, bro, this video's trash. They're gonna be more supportive than your biggest supporters. So one thing that I learned is people are always watching. I see people that I thought didn't really like me or talk to me, or I just felt some type of way because I guess I felt the envious jealousy, and that's not a good way to think. And I felt like I was the one that was wrong because I'm thinking, oh, they're jealous of me. But it's just how it feels. It's that vibes there, you could just tell. But they're always like, oh yeah, bro, I seen you do this, I seen you do that, I seen you. I'd even post a full video about it. I made a little short and it barely got like a few hundred thousand views. It's like when I opened the restaurant, and everybody's like, bro, you really got a restaurant? Like people that I haven't really talked to in a while, and all of a sudden they're texting me. So people are always watching. That's something that I learned and something that you just have to take forward, even if they're not liking, even if they're not leaving comments, even if they don't even follow you, they are always watching. So, because they're trying to see, oh, let's see if this man Rico actually does it. That's what's going on in their mind. And you can't let the hate get to you. The hate, just think of the hate as they're your biggest supporter. Something that I did with the hate is I try to flip it to where they come back even more and they hate on me even more. But that caused my channel to get 4 strikes, so I kind of stopped a little bit. But I mean, look, it kind of worked. It boosted my videos. People were going crazy. Like, yes, the positive's there, but the hate is the one that's gonna drive you even further. And maybe that's a bad way of looking at things, but it is what it is.
I totally agree with you. I mean, you were with me when I actually talked to another candidate, because I took Rico the other day to a forum where candidates get to speak in a local district council, and I confronted one of them and I asked him a question, and instead of answering, he just walked away. Oh, more like ran away.
Yeah, because me, something that I learned, because I used to struggle with this. I started like not studying body language, but I try to look at people's eyes. I look at their hands, look at their fidgeting, look at their leg. Because people, they go like this when they're nervous or they're excited. It either means the two. Most of the time, it's nervous or anxiety. So when Abel started questioning him, basically he didn't press him, but he just questioned him. His eyes went like, and he pushed his glasses up, and then he tried to give himself like a self hug. You just tell these are telltale signs, and the person that's doing it, most of the time, they don't even know that they're doing it. So that's why body language is so powerful. And when he did that, I was like, bro, like, why are you getting so nervous? Like, he's just asking a simple question. I didn't meet the guy. I never knew the guy. And when I met him, he didn't even like really introduce himself to me. He just barely like, he's like, oh, what's up? So I was like, okay, threw me off. And I always try to like take my own perspectives. Like people say, oh yeah, this dude's like pretty weird. I'm like, oh, like, yeah, whatever. I met him, he's pretty cool. Always take your own advice. And when you see that stuff, it's like, oh, okay, bro, like, what are you hiding? So, yeah.
And then I believe for you and for me, first impressions are a really big deal in my opinion.
Definitely. I was doing, because I do tacos with my dad. I did tacos with some dude. I don't know who he was. Turns out he's some big executive, and he's like, yeah, man, I really like you, bro. I know you could like, just like, I know, like, you got something in you. And then like afterwards, I told him who I was, like what I do. He's like, man, bro, I knew it. So first impressions matter, because like, let's say I just came like, oh, thinking I was all that. No, I put myself like humble. I like to think I'm pretty humble. He saw it. He sees something in me. So obviously, like, it works. First impressions always matter, because that's like, especially if you're first meeting them, that's always what they're gonna refer to. That's always what they're gonna think about when they think of you. So if you're meeting someone for the first time, always try to make sure you make it count. Don't be nervous. Don't like trip or fumble. Just be yourself. And if they don't like you, move on.
Yeah, and I totally agree with that. I mean, a lot of people that I got the chance to meet, and I believe our first impression was a pretty good one. I mean, first I was kind of nervous to meet you, because I did know that you did TikTok, and I didn't know if you were going to be as humble as you were, because you're a really humble person. And then, yeah, we became friends, and 2 years later, around 2 to 3 years later, we're still friends. And speaking of your humbleness, you always replied to positive comments in your YouTube channel. And what made you want to do that first point? Like, what inspired you to reply to everybody's comments?
I always try to reply to everybody's comments, because I remember when I was a little kid, and I remember like some big YouTuber replied to me. I'd be like, yo, no way, this man, like, example, Cash Nasty. I'd be like, yo, Cash Nasty, reply to me. He's like, oh, appreciate it, bro. Or like just little stuff. So I know it makes people's days, and especially like just interacting with people. And like, if you have extra time, like let's say I'm in a car ride, I'm gonna reply to comments, because it's just like, it makes people's days and boosts my engagement. It builds that rapport with my fans, I guess, my quote unquote fans, my supporters, I like to call them. But it's like I see so many people that just try to act Hollywood. I'm like, bro, like, it's a simple comment, bro. It's not like, even same thing like with people commenting on my posts, like people that I thought I knew, people that I thought were my friends, they don't even comment on my stuff, and I'm like this is my job. So if you're like you're basically not supporting me in my job and my like ventures, so that's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna separate myself away from you if you can't even, bro, do a 2-second comment. It takes 2 seconds to comment. That's one thing that I always push for, is like, bro. So if I'm actually busy, if I'm actually doing stuff, if I'm still replying to you, if I'm still replying to all my comments, if I'm still doing all these things and you can't even do that, you're lying, bro. And the worst part about it, they're always in the views. Never see them in the likes or comments though.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I mean, I mean, you're really busy. You're generally a busy person. I'm busy as well. I'm not gonna say that I'm busy as you or you're busy as me, but we're both really busy people. I mean, I probably work 10 hours a day, 11, 12 hours a day, and that's with just politics and just my job in general. I mean, I'm on 4 campaigns helping out. You're in charge of nearly 200,000 or over 200,000 subscriber YouTube channel and TikToks and a lot of stuff. And we made time today to do this interview. Well, actually, he texted me last night. He's like, hey, let's do this interview today. I'm a really good friend with Rico, and I believe he could say the same with me. And we appreciate each other's company because we always bring each other up. And if you have friends like that, do you believe that your friends play a key role, actually? And actually, this brings me into my next question. Do you believe that your friends play a key role in your life and who you're going to be in the future?
I mean, everybody says it. The top 5 people you spend your most time with, you're gonna be the 6th. And I always believed it. I always thought of it. My mother, she's the one that pushed me oh, stay away from the streets, stay away from drugs, stay away from this and that. And those principles stuck in my head, and I didn't really associate myself with people like that. I would talk to them. I was cool with them. Everybody the gangsters, the wannabe, the cholos. They'd all like me. They'd all be like, oh, what's up, Rico? I would dap them up. I was always cool with people, and I never wanted hey bro, let's hang out. Hey bro, let's go to the park. Hey bro, because I didn't want to smoke. I didn't want to drink. I didn't want to party. I don't want to be in the streets. I don't want to be selling drugs. I didn't want to do all that stuff because I had bigger goals, and I know that it's bad karma. Back to what I said in the beginning. It's bad karmic retribution, because if you're selling drugs, if you're hurting people, if you're doing all that other stuff, you're cutting people, you're snaking people, it's going to come back and bite you in the butt. And I guess, I'm not even gonna lie, I kind of felt alone, I guess, because nobody really wanted to pursue what I did. Nobody was really had ambitions, had goals. People just oh, going to high school. They would chase girls, girls cool, but I wasn't really have a passion to chase them. But I mean, everybody teach their own, I guess.
That's great. So they were more acquaintances than friends for you, right?
Yeah, I knew them, buddies. We're buddies, not friends. Friends is something is a little closer. Abel's my friend. I have few friends. Abel, some other dude, probably the 2 dudes I talk to still in high school. I don't really talk to anybody from my high school, and I graduated almost 2 years ago now. And then one other dude I met outside because of what I was doing.
Yeah, and I could say totally the same thing. I mean, I had a lot of friends going into high school, but the more I looked into it, the more I realized that this friendship is not a healthy friendship. I mean, a lot of them were smoking, and some of them even got into drugs. Entering high school, I probably had 20 friends, and leaving it right now, I probably have 5 of even that true friends I still talk to. I mean, I talk to them as not as much as I used to since I'm busy, but I still make time to golf with them, talk to them, do interviews with them. So I feel like that's a really big thing for me. And I believe that Rico said the same exact thing right now. But so tell me more, how is life after high school? What is so different about it? Because I know that you don't believe in college, right?
I never say I don't believe in college, but I just didn't believe it was for me. And then when I was asking my buddies that are in college, oh, how's college? How's this and that? Everybody's like, bro, it's the same SHIT as high school. And I was like, oh, okay. Because I had that FOMO, fear of missing out. I was like, bro, everybody's starting college. That's what I was used to. That's what I was accustomed to. That was what was built inside of me. Every single year, it's a new school year. And I was excited every single year. I was excited to start a new school year because it was exciting. Meeting new people, new teachers, new just everything. And when college was starting, right after I graduated, I was like, oh, I'm not going to college. Am I making a mistake doing this and that? Just a lot of thoughts going in my mind. But after a while, I realized, I'm like, bro, I'm not stressing over school. I'm not studying stuff I don't really want to study. I'm not getting into debt. That's one of the main things. I have 0 debt to this day. And it's I wasn't really missing much. What was I missing? Parties, girls, classes you don't even care about. I go to college. I still go to college just because I got to film. And I go with my buddy. And I was in the college class. They were learning stuff that was just useless. We're talking about arrowheads, bro. Yeah, that's cool. That's stuff you learn on YouTube though when you're eating a random documentary. You don't why are you learning that in college? What is that gonna add to your life? What's that gonna add to your career? Maybe it's something, but it just seems useful. It just seemed like it wasn't really for me. So I chose not to go, and it's gonna be 2 years. So look at me now. I guess I made the right decision as for now. We'll see in the future, but I'm pretty sure I made the one for the future as well.
So except of losing money from college, you're making money from colleges, right?
Yeah, I'm making money from colleges. I get paid to go to class, basically.
Beat the system.
Beat the system, bro. And then another thing, bro. People are in college studying stuff that it's probably not gonna help them, or it's probably just gonna hinder them. So one dude, he's like, hey bro, I saw you do social media. I'm studying that in college. And I was like, oh, that, because me, I'm like, oh, social media, that's pretty cool. I didn't know they taught that in college. I'm like, yeah, bro, so what are you doing? You have a social media account? Like, are you running someone's page? He's like, oh, actually, bro, no, I haven't yet. I'm just kind of scared. I was like, I was just I was lost of words. I was baffled. I was like, bro, how are you studying social media, but you're not actively doing it? Me, I'm not in college. You've been studying it longer than me, but I'm already way ahead of you because I'm already actively pursuing it. It goes back to another point I made, reality. Reality is your best teacher. He's gonna get pushed into the workforce in social media, and he's not gonna know what to do. I've been doing it for years, so I'm way ahead of him, and I don't have that college degree. So let's say a business is like, oh, who do we get? Rico, who has 200,000 subscribers on YouTube, 200,000 followers on TikTok, 20K on Instagram, or this guy with a random college degree who's never run a YouTube or a social media page. So obviously they're gonna choose me if they're the smart company. So it just doesn't make sense. If you actually want to do something, then pursue it fully. And if you think college is gonna help you, go to college.
Yeah, and I agree with you with that. I mean, a lot of companies today are actually getting people who have not went to college and did not get a bachelor's because they actually have more compassion for their jobs. I mean, here's a historical standpoint of it. John D. Rockefeller, who actually funded the school system, said that he wants a country of workers, not a country of dreamers, and that college is useless if you already know what you're going to pursue in it, and if you have motivation, if you know you're going to do it. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I do, because I feel like college is full of a lot of people that don't know what they want to do. They're wasting time and they're wasting money. There's people that are in there just partying. Like, bro, each day you spend in college, I don't think people realize it. Especially if you go to a 4-year, each day you spend in college, you are losing money. I ask people, I'm like, bro, what you doing? Like, yeah, bro, I ditched class. I'm like, oh, aren't you like getting student loans? He's like, yeah, bro, I'll figure it out later. What? That doesn't make sense to me. And I'm not trying to like SHIT on school, because I feel like you do need school because it builds like principle foundation, especially if you're going to pursue business. You need you need discipline. You need to okay, I need to do this, and this. Like create lists. Like the stuff in school that I still use to this day. Maybe it's not like algebra, math, or something like that, but I still use my timetables. I still use the time management that they taught me. I still take notes. I still do a bunch of other things that school has taught me. But I feel like if you're going to pursue after high school, maybe it's necessary, but maybe it's not. So if you think it's for you, if you're being forced to go.
Yeah, and I totally agree. I mean,
yeah, and it ties back to what I said, guys. If you don't realize, I'm tying back everything to what I say because it all attributes and it all makes you successful. At least for me, that's what I did to be successful at a young age. It's who you know, not what you know. Me, I wasn't really the best of students, but I was pretty smart. I would always ask questions, and the teachers always liked me because I would always like, hey, good morning. Hey, I always ask them questions about their life. I've always do some after school stuff, and maybe I didn't deserve that A, but I got that A because the teachers. Maybe I'm gonna get them in trouble, I don't know, but it's who you know, not what you know. So that plays a big role in college, high school, literally anything, elementaries even.
All right. So this is another question. So you always travel for your videos to LA and Santa Barbara and practically everywhere in Southern California. So somebody asked, what is the best source to travel?
Metrolink. Metrolink's pretty cool. I like Metrolink. I'm doing not because I'm doing videos with them, because I actually use the product. I'm like, oh, pretty cool product. You get to ride a train. If you're a student, you get to go for free. Go anywhere in Southern California. Like, bro, I could go to LA basically for free. I use my Metrolink ticket to get on the subways, the metros, like the different things. I get on the buses. I can go anywhere. And now I learn from people on the Metrolink. I got my own e-bike, bro. These people go on the Metrolink. They get their own e-bike and they get to travel around LA. Me, I've been to LA a few times, but I had to Uber around because why am I gonna take a car? Why am I gonna look for parking, pay for gas, get stuck in LA traffic, bro? I was stuck in an Uber going like 5 miles. It took 22 minutes. It's like, bro, it's just crazy. I gotta chill, go on the sidewalk, charge it up, and I'm good for the whole day. And then take the Metrolink there, take the Metrolink back. Is like, bro, just utilize your like city, your local transportation centers, and because it can help you. Like, bro, I don't care if I'm taking the bus. I don't care if I'm pulling up in a Corvette, bro. As long as it gets me to my destination, it's all that matters.
We were going back to talking about who you know. I got the chance to introduce Rico to a friend of mine who actually works for Metrolink.
Yeah, and I told him, like, oh yeah, I'll be doing videos. He's like, oh dang, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and so it's great to talk to people, socialize with people, because you never know when you're going to see them in the future. We're going to get into questions from fans and supporters, so if you give us a second. Okay, guys, so we're going to be responding to questions from you guys. So the first question I got, and one of the most asked questions is, what is your net worth?
What is my net worth? I'll say this. Instead of being in debt, I'm kind of up right now, guys. Multi 5 figures. But what is net worth even attribute to? How do you calculate that? I'm not in debt. Main thing, proud of. I don't owe anybody nothing. Literally, I'm just stacking up the bread, buying myself things that are gonna elevate my personality and attributes, just leveling up everything. I bought this, pretty big purchase, but it taught me, like, bro, I'm traveling everywhere. I'm gonna go do this, gonna go do that. I'm gonna go to LA. It's gonna save me money in Ubers, save me money in gas, save me money in everything. So this, I don't see it as a purchase. I see it as something that's gonna help me make more money. I bought a laptop, $1,000. That laptop made me way over money, way more than $1,000. I bought a computer, I bought camera, I bought mics, I bought everything, and it's helping me make more money. So I look at it as free. So what is my net worth? I don't know. We can say anywhere. We'll just say below 100,000, but multi 5 figures.
I'll just say 99. And this is another question. What do you think about Los Angeles?
Los Angeles is pretty cool. Would I live over there? Probably not. Maybe like just if I have like a meeting or something, I'll get like an Airbnb or stay out there. And I do have connections out there, I'll say that. So like if I ever need to go out there, I just take the Metrolink and literally just go out there. And then take the buses, take the metros, take everything else. And I'm literally chilling. I can go anywhere. And that's why I got the bike, because the bike saves me on the Ubers, like I said earlier. So LA is pretty cool. Do I feel it could be better? Yeah. Do I feel a little like more on the edge, uneasy? Yes, I do. Because just you never know nowadays. So just always watch out, especially when you're going big cities, because it could be crazy.
I agree with you. If you've been to Los Angeles before, you know what we're talking about. And another question was, how was your last year of high school? How was senior year?
My last year of high school was pretty good. I feel like I made the most of it. I was president for a few clubs. I was in a bunch of clubs. I was doing sports, multi-sport athlete. I was in a bunch of extracurricular activities. I was with the president. I was with the student council. I was with the union district. I was just literally like doing as much as I could with the most amount of time that I had. And I was still doing the YouTube. I was still pursuing everything. And I made the best of it. I made the most of it because I was like, it's my last year. I have to figure out what I'm going to do. And I feel like they don't want to pressure like kids, especially like, oh, bro, you got to hurry up and figure out what you want to do with your life. Maybe not me. I still don't really know what I want to do. But I know I have like some sense of path, some sense of purpose to just like pursue something. Like even if it's like a bigger, wider net, I still have something I'm chasing. There's people that don't know what they're chasing. So if you're still in high school, I don't want to put this pressure on you, but you need to figure out what you're going to do with your life. Because there's kids that have been training since they were younger. There's kids that have been training doing this, doing that. And if you're not doing that, you're behind. I'm sorry to tell you, but you're behind. If you're going into college with not knowing what you're going to study, not knowing what you're going to do with your life, then you're a little behind. And you can't, I'm not saying you can't like refix it. I'm not saying you can't just realign it, but just try to figure it out as much as you can in high school. Even if you're not totally 100% sure, just try your best. That's my best advice to anybody that's still in high school, to try to figure out their life. Because like once you leave high school, everything's just like, the intensity just gets turned up.
All right. This man, Steve, wanted to leave a message. He had 2 questions, actually, and they're pretty good questions. I mean, I couldn't have thought about them. That's how good they were. So it says, how are you implementing AI to your own personal brand?
I mean, I'm using AI on my personal brand in the thumbnails, in the videos. I don't know if you guys seen like my face just on other people, like face swaps. And AI is pretty cool. I do feel like it's here to stay. It's going to change the future. And I mean, I'm staying up to date on it. Like instead of studying something in college that's past and old, I'm studying AI, which is new. And I'm just trying to see like, okay, use this, use this, use this. Like if I had a business, I would do chatbots because that's the biggest thing, like interactive chatbots. Like yeah, there's basic chatbots, but the ones that I'm learning about, you guys don't even know about yet. So always try to stay up to date, and literally everything AI is going to take over. So if you use that in any way to make money, let me know. AI is going to take over for real.
And he also had another question. And what do you do when your supporters leave comments and just in general thank you for helping them make money?
I mean, yeah, it's just my spirit. It's like, oh, okay, like I'm actually doing something. I try to screenshot everything that I see. Like this one guy, he's like, bro, thank you so much for showing me this. I saw one of your videos on TikTok. And I went to YouTube and I started watching. You gave me like tips on how to learn some snacks at school. And now, bro, I'm helping my mom pay her rent. I'm helping my mom pay bills. I'm buying food for us. I was able to put like new clothes on my back. And like me, bro, that just like fills my heart. I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. So that's why I just continue doing what I'm doing, because I know it's helping others. And me, I feel like you can't like tell people what to do unless you lead from the front or you lead by example. So that's why I'm going so hard. That's why I'm still like doing all this YouTube stuff. That's why I try to be the best I can, because I know if I just continue like setting the example, others are gonna follow. Like people always tell me like, bro, like you're a good role model, this and that. So that's what I'm trying to be. And like when people leave the comments, it just brightens my day. I'm not even gonna lie. So appreciate everybody that does and all the support. That's what I always say. Like, why would you go work at McDonald's after school when you can make the same amount or more during school? That's what I always did. That's like I didn't really see the point getting a job. I never had a job. Thankfully, my parents gave me like a good situation. But even if I had to, I'll still get a job and I would still sell at school and I'll be stacking up the bread for real. That was probably the easiest money I ever made in my life. Now it's a little harder, but I'm still doing pretty good.
Another comment is, what is the thing that you like the most and the least about content creating?
The thing I like the most is just the freedom. Like, I mean, like let's say, like I do day in the lives. Like let's say I need to go to LA and just random Wednesday, like I'm gonna do soon. I could just be like, okay, download everything on the laptop, boom, close it, put it in my backpack, dip to LA, do what I need to do, come back home, and I'll still do work throughout the day or when I come back home. Literally, I don't have to be at one place at one spot, and it's that freedom, like at the end of the day. And yes, I have money. Yes, I could do whatever I want, essentially. I could go anywhere I want. I could travel. I went to Texas for like a week, like literally just a week out of the blue. Didn't really affect my work. I actually filmed out there, so it's pretty cool. Like, just the freedom. Like, I don't have to, I'm not in college. I don't have to go to a job. I don't have to be somewhere at a certain place. And that's ultimately what I wanted. It's ultimately what a lot of people want. So that's like the best part. And I'm still making what people go to college for. I'm making what they're making or more.
Okay, Les. And this is one of our last questions. At what age and why did you start hustling?
I've always been a hustler. I remember back in my old school, I remember they were having like, I don't even know why, they just taught us like to make money. They had like this little shop where I forgot what grade it was. I think it was like 4th graders. They would be selling like either snacks, drinks, or anything else. And I remember I was super excited to do that. I was like, I don't know why, I was just super excited to do it. My mom helped me. We made like Kool-Aid and we sold out. I remember I made like $80 in one day. And for like a little 3rd grader or 4th grader, that's like a lot of money. I was like, bro, I'm rich. And all the schools would come, and I remember I was just stacking all the bread. So that was like, I guess, my first entrepreneur journey. And then fast forward to middle school, I started selling snacks in 6th grade. I was like, bro, like I'm gonna make my own money. I wanted to buy my own like smoothies, snacks, stuff that they sold during the school. And I would go work with my Theo. And I was always like a hard worker. I was always like wanted to do extra stuff. Like again, ties back. I didn't know that at the time, but it ties back. I don't want to be that average person. Like, and I'll tell you guys in high school, once I got done with football my senior year, it was so weird going home with everybody else. Cause like the bell would ring, and I leave with everybody else. So it was like a bunch of kids leaving. Usually I'm used to leaving late, like where nobody's really there, just my teammates. So it was super weird. I felt super uncomfortable. I'm not even gonna lie. And it's like, bro, like it's just that being normal. So, and I even catch myself. Like if I catch myself scrolling for a while, I'm like, bro, lock in. If I catch myself watching TV, which I really don't, I'm like, bro, lock in. If I catch myself laying in bed sleeping, I'm like, bro, lock in. So it goes back to the question you asked me, like, what's the worst thing about content creation is if you're not on yourself, you're not gonna succeed. Me, I could stay at home all day, not make any money, not pursue anything, not add stuff that's gonna build up my snowball and maybe just like give me something daily down the line. And I mean, I could fail. Literally, that's the ultimate like worst thing that could happen is I could just lose everything.
Wow. That's an amazing answer. All right, I appreciate all of you for watching. This is our interview with Rico. Rico, do you would like to say anything?
Just keep going, keep trying, keep failing, keep talking to people, and just continue being nice.
And for our YouTube channel and everywhere that's going to be posted, we're going to have Rico tagged there. If you don't follow him, make sure you do already at Rixo on YouTube and on TikTok and on every source of social media because he's on there. And yeah, thank you everybody for watching and have a nice, blessed day.